I think it's the 8th. We'll go from there. We've got a long fitnessy thing today. So we're going to start off with some mobility, and then we'll go into a long AMRAP, okay? So starting off with triceps and hammies. Triceps first. Take your lacrosse ball. You can use it against a wall, or you can lie down on your back, whatever, okay? If you lie on your back, don't fall asleep. So lacrosse ball goes underneath the arm in the tricep. And then all I want you to do is just a few bicep curls, okay? Whew. And as you're going through that, you'll find a few spots that are particularly nasty. Those are the ones where you want to spend a bit more time, okay? On previous videos, we talked about how the tricep is like a horseshoe, okay? Tri meaning 3, sep meaning something, okay? So there's 3 somethings, okay? So you have one head that comes here, one that comes down here, and then a little guy underneath here, okay? So you want to make sure you're hitting all 3 of those with your lacrosse ball. Everything in the middle there is just kind of like a connective tissue. You can give it a little bit of a roll, but it's kind of, you're not going to get too much out of it, okay? That's not much to get there, all right? So maybe 15 to 20 bicep curls in each position, on each side, all right? And then from there, we'll go into some hamstring stuff, all right? So, effortlessly stand up, and then we'll get you over onto a box, a couch, a coffee table, a person that wants to sit there while you lie on top of them. And you're going to take that lacrosse ball, you're going to put it underneath your leg, and then all I want you to do is keep that low back flat and then just extend your leg, okay? So once again, we spoke about the different spots of the tricep. It's very similar with the hamstring, okay? There is your inside, outside, and middle lanes of the hamstring you can hit. And then there's low, medium, high, okay? So you want to try and work through those 9 different spots. And as you hit them, you'll notice really quickly if they're uncomfortable or if they're fine. If they're fine, move on. If they're uncomfortable, take that time you skipped on some of the less painful ones and spend that time on the painful spots, okay? So, yeah, spending maybe like a minute, minute and a half on each leg, all right? So, from there, we go into our AMRAP. Not to be confused with an AMNAP, which some of us were probably doing over the holidays. Okay, so 40 minutes. We're starting off with 100 reverse single unders. You pick up your imaginary rope and you skip backwards. Shit, fuck. And then continue, okay? Chances are you'll probably whack yourself once or twice, but you will get the hang of it, okay? Let's just try and make sure that you're still keeping your hands fairly small, tight loops. We don't want to be doing big arm circles, okay? So 100 of those. Then 15 hand release push-ups, okay? For these hand release push-ups, let's try our best to be focusing on keeping the core tight, okay? To avoid the worm, all right? The worm builds nothing. The good function hand release push-up works a lot of things. Core stability, back muscles, chest muscles. Yeah, do it right, okay? From there, we'll go into reverse crunching. Also known as candlesticks. Hands on the floor, crunch up, crunch up. Okay, we got 10 of those. Once we've done those 10, clamshell lie downs or clamshell sit-ups. Each movement has both names built into it. One is a bit more effortless than the other. Okay, once you're done your 10 clamshell sit-ups, you can go into 4 flights of stairs or 30 step-ups. Okay, up to you. If you're doing step-ups, you're doing 30. If you're doing flights of stairs, you're doing 4 flights of stairs. Okay? If you feel like you're full of vim and vigor, young and dumb and full of ambition, you can do 2 steps at a time as you do your stairs, huh? Huh? 1 giant step for mankind. Okay. So then we'll go to 30 alternating arm bent over rows. So set yourself up in your bent over row position. 1, 2, 3, times 10. Okay, so 30 reps alternating, that's 15 per side. So says math. All right, then we go into 10 per side bird dogs. So keeping position. 1, 2, okay? This is not one of those movements you want to rush through, okay? We're not doing this for speed. You're doing this for control, okay? So you want to feel like you're squeezing your butt and reaching and staying braced. And then when you come underneath, you want to make sure that you're not doing too much twisting. Okay? 10 on one side, 10 on the other side. And then 10 dead bugs per side, the silent killer. So a little crunch here to put yourself into that hollow position. And then one leg out, opposite arm out. Okay? Now this is one of those movements that looks really easy and is really easy unless you do it properly. So think of that distance from the ribs to the pelvis. We start by closing that distance, all right? And then as we reach back our arms and reach back our legs, that distance shouldn't change. If it does, you'll feel like your ribs open up and your low back comes up off the floor, okay? So always trying to keep that low back pressed down and those rib cage closed, all right? That's 10 per side, also known as 20, okay? And you go over 40 minutes, all right? As per usual with our longer AMRAPs, let's try and focus on consistent movement, all right? We're not trying to sprint through the first round and then suffer for the next 2. We're trying to stay consistent for 3 to 4 rounds here, okay? So go out, have a good workout, put on some good tunes, and just move. All right, guys, that's all for today. Catch you on the 9th.